In this video, we're going to be taking a dive into Drake Hollow, a survival game by developer the Molasses Flood. Drake Hollow is an Xbox/PC exclusive that has been on the server since it first launched in August of 2020. However, the Molasses Flood is not a Microsoft-owned studio, so there's no guarantee that the game won't one day be removed from the service. At just 3.5 gigs, the game has a small download size that makes it perfect for Game Pass. With all of those details out of the way, let's get into the game. When I first saw the trailer for this game, I thought there would be no way I would ever play it. However, I actually found myself enjoying it, and I would give it a solid 75 out of 100. Drake Hollow is a survival game which combines elements of crafting, exploration, and combat, as well as base building and defense. The game takes place in a corrupted dimension called the Hollow, where these little Pikmin ripoff creatures called drakes live. The drakes stay at your base and build what you tell them to with the resources that you gather. On top of providing the drakes with food, water, and entertainment, your base will also be periodically raided and you have to protect them. As payment for taking care of them, each drake offers different buffs that you can choose from to cater to your playstyle. As you build your base and gather more drakes, your base or camp level increases, and after reaching a certain level you can transport your base along with you and your drakes to a new area where there are new islands to explore and drakes to find. Each area is in a different season and is made up of multiple corrupted islands with a few drakes to find scattered among them. As far as the survival mechanics go, it is not too difficult to happen upon the resources that your drakes need as you're exploring. If you are looking for a hardcore survival game, this probably isn't it. Not only is it easy to keep your drake satisfied, but it is also not very punishing if you don't stay super on top of it. Where the game does get a bit more difficult is the combat. There are different enemy variants, and while some die in a couple whacks without putting much of a fight, some of them are quite hard to hit without conceding some damage yourself. The hardest part of the game for me was keeping enough heals stocked up to always be able to heal myself. Heals can be crafted, but the required ingredients are sparse, even when looking on islands that the map indicates should have them. This meant I often found myself traveling back to camp to interact with my drakes, which also heals me. Although not dying is difficult, death is also not very punishing. If you do die, you can either forfeit some weapon integrity to revive on the spot, or make the trek as a spirit from your base to your lifeless body to revive without any penalty. However, the game does have a fast travel rail system that you get to design by placing waypoints as you explore. Always placing easily crafted waypoints and connecting them as you go makes getting from your base to your furthest explored island relatively quick and painless. Base defense is also not too challenging. Although the drakes won't fight back and defend themselves, as long as you're placing fences for the enemies to attack, there's not much left to rebuild after each raid. During the raid, it is also often easier to just let yourself die and take the few steps back to your body, rather than to waste any heals. Keep in mind that I was playing on the default difficulty, so if you're looking for a challenge, scaling it up might present that for you. For me, Drake Hollow was a fun casual game that I could play with my wife without getting too competitive. If you enjoy any of the genres covered by Drake Hollow, then you'll probably enjoy it too, as long as you're not looking for too much of a challenge. If you do decide to play it, I highly recommend grabbing a friend and just having fun with it rather than taking it too seriously. Anyway, that will be it for Drake Hollow. Be sure to check out our other videos for more ideas on what to play next. We will be uploading videos weekly, so remember to subscribe in case a game featured in a future video catches your attention, and let us know in the comments any games you would like us to cover next. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you guys next week.